Yo, this is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast, man. We're on episode 1. We got a dope lineup for you guys tonight, so make sure you stay tuned. When we get back, I'm going to introduce our first guest. We're going to get this show going.
I remember working magic on nights we didn't have shit. Now everything brand new, busted out the plastic. One thing you can't do is spend it in the casket. It really is too bad, bruh. Abracadabra.
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back. This is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. And today, we have a very, very special guest by the name of All Pro Go. How you doing, my boy?
What's happening? Beautiful, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, man. I've been seeing a lot of dope things that you got going on. I've been listening. I've been paying attention, man. And I wanted to just have you come through here so we could shed a light on a very talented artist that I feel like is slept on, man.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, man. When I was fresh out, man, I started at Pyramid with you, man. You showed me a whole new level to this shit. So,
hey,
it's only right, man. Come on.
Hey, and I wanted to get into that, but not get in it that way. I wanted to just start off like, hey, when did you start really pursuing the music situation and really taking it serious?
I probably started taking it serious, like during COVID. During COVID, I was on house arrest, just had a little freestyle videos, just fucking with it like that. I start getting, good responses and reviews on it, the feedback, I was fucking with it. Then I had people that was actually doing it, reaching out to me, like, bro, you gotta do that. You know what I mean? Like, you got it, you gotta talk that shit. So, I just, anything that I really tweak at, I'm a master, so I just kept,
kept working at that craft.
All them hours I was in the studio, man.
Working, boy.
Yeah.
And that's why I reached out to someone like you first, because I seen the work you put in firsthand. Yeah. So I can testify to the work and like, yo, I've seen him put the hours in. I've seen him learn. I've seen him take criticism. I've seen him stand on what his thoughts were. And I've seen him go from an idea to an actual result.
Facts.
So I really admired that, bro. And I just, like I said, we wanted to shine a light on that. And something else before we get into the next topic, I wanted to kind of see where was your mindset, because you mentioned that you was getting out, you was fresh out, and if you do or don't want to mention how much time or what, but I imagine any amount of time being locked up can do something to your mentality. So, like, how was your mental, like, from the starting point to, like, let's say now?
It's definitely changed. Like, when I first got out, everything was still, it was like my reintroduction. The world was reintroducing itself to me. I was reintroducing myself to the world, but it was at a time where, like, the world was on standstill, so I definitely had more, as everybody did, had more, free time then, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if I got out, like, right now, I would be able to put all them hours in how I was during COVID. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that kind of played to my advantage.
And that's a crazy thing, because, like, that COVID situation was low-key a gift and a curse for a lot of people. A lot of businesses were shut down, but a lot of emerging businesses came because of the delivery and different things, a way of getting things. So it was a gift and a curse for a lot of people. And as we're on that topic, I want to throw in our first secret question of the day. This came from somebody close to you. And since we are on the topic of COVID, let's speak about on the time that you thought that you had a head cold and you gave the whole crew COVID.
That's not what happened. Listen, I know who told you that. But listen, I get real bad head colds during certain seasons. So I'm telling them, like, man, I got a head cold. Like, man, my equilibrium's off. They're like, man, you got COVID. Because everybody, it was like a few of us that already had touched it. I'm like, man.
Right.
So I'm asking, like, man, what's the signs of COVID? Right. They're like, man, you can't. I was like, man, I can still smell. I could taste. I ain't having none of them symptoms. I just had, like my balance was off. Like, when I slept, and I didn't feel like I was sleeping. It was some weird shit like that.
Right.
But everybody else was getting COVID, and their symptoms was different. You know what I mean?
Crazy
so,
shit.
Yeah, but I honestly thought it was a head cold. It was.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, right? So I'm not just gonna put you out there without putting myself out there, bro. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I was being funny, right? You know how you get them home tests. So we had some home tests. My son had got sick, right? But kind of how you said, behind my eyes was feeling weird one day, and I wasn't paying attention nothing to it. I was just going through. I'm jokingly like, I'm gonna take one of these tests. I take the test and the shit was positive.
Yeah.
I said, yo, what is this?
You was asymptomatic.
Yeah, so it happened like that. But that COVID shit is pretty crazy. It's no joke. But like we said, it was a gift and a curse because it allowed people to sit the fuck down for a second and really get into whatever you were about to get
like
into.
Creative opportunity.
Right.
Most definitely.
Right. Okay, let's get to this next one. And let me go ahead and get to this next question, man. So to dive into the first segment that I wanted to go to, it's called Red Pill, Blue Pill, all right? In the red pill, blue pill, we're going to give you take the red pill, this is a situation, blue pill, what's the situation? So the first question of the red pill, blue pill that I wanted to go with All Pro Go would be, let's say, red pill fixes all your past regrets. Blue pill, starting tomorrow morning, you got $5 million in your account.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a hard one. I would probably fix my past regrets, because like it's some losses that money can't change. It's a lot that I be looking back like, man, if I could have
did that a little different,
or like put more time into this person, or if I could have told this person that, maybe they'll be here. If I could have, So it'd be shit like that.
Right. Okay. I dig that answer. And I can low-key agree with that answer as far as like, there's so much more value than $5 million, in the past that you could probably fix and obtain. So I that's a dope answer, my boy. So to segue into the next thing, money is everything in this economy that we're in right now. So how do you feel about like the influx of the prices and the things because everything is way up right now?
Facts. There's more money out there though. Like I was just talking to somebody, like, if you think about like when you was in high school, you got some Jordans, those was like the premier shoes. You was that guy. Now I go to a high school game, they got on Dior's, they got on like, I'm talking about, I'd be feeling like, I'm like, man, I dress down. Like, it's like,
right. For real. Y'all niggas is out here fashion watching this shit.
But it's so much more money out there right now.
No, that's a fact. There's so much money out there right now that there was a man, right? $5 million worth of shoes was found in a Chicago warehouse on the west side. If you were the person who stumbled across that warehouse, what would you do with that, bro? $5 million worth of shoes.
Man, I don't know. I would do something with it. I would definitely. I would try to open some shoe store. I don't know. Like, that's a lot of shoes. Like,
apparently they were like
new shoes, like
all brand new, bro.
Yeah.
Apparently they were out getting them from somewhere else, hitting them off the boat or something, and they were storing them in this warehouse in Chicago, bro. I thought that was crazy.
My answer deserved a whole show, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like $5 million worth of shoes. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Okay, yeah. I mean, it seems like you said, there's a lot of money going out, and it's increasing the amount of living. So what I was thinking, I had a conversation with a friend the other day, and it was like we was talking that like things are cost more, but the money's out there. But I'm like, well, does it really even out? Because if you give me a raise and then you raise my cost of living, I'm still balancing out to where I was in the beginning.
Facts.
So what's the real kicker? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They want us to feel appreciated by, hey, you get a raise in this, or minimum wage is going up. But nigga, you raise the cost of living with it.
I think now it's like you're really paying for convenience. You know what I mean? Like it's the cost of convenience. Like the time we in, with technology, everything's at your fingertips. So like that's the difference.
I definitely feel that way too. So I'm gonna just a quick question, man. I'm gonna let you guess, but I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna see if you can guess any. There's 5 cities right now in 2023 that are the most moved to cities right now. Can you guess any of the top 5?
5 cities that are the most moved to cities. Is LA and New York on there?
Neither of them are on there.
Seattle's probably on there for sure.
Seattle's number 4.
Yeah, I know they always put Portland's probably on there.
Portland's not on the list. I'm going to give you one more guess. I bet you already got one.
Let me think. Phoenix?
Phoenix is on there, my boy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
So the other 3 are Fort Worth, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, and Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Charlotte kind of threw me off. I wasn't thinking about it, but I've never really been there. It must be a pretty nice city and shit. Yeah, that's pretty. I thought that was an interesting
What was
topic.
number 1?
Number 1 is Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth.
Oh, yeah,
Texas.
that's it's crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. Texas got a lot of land out there, so I can imagine it's a little cheap. You a sports fan, bro?
Oh, most definitely.
So you football or basketball guy?
Little bit of both. You know, you really can't play just football recreationally. So that's my scene. Was playing basketball.
Right,
you know,
right.
But I started football. You know, became more basketball.
Okay.
I watch both.
If we could run them off real quick, what's your top 5 football teams?
Top 5 teams, like
Or your top 5 teams
in the league right now.
Your favorite teams. Like if you had your top 5 teams, like, hey, these are my teams. What's your top 5 NFL teams?
Seahawks. I'm not gonna lie. Like after the Seahawks, it's just more like players. Like it ain't really.
Hey, and I was going. As I asked you that, G, I'm like, yo, there's only so many football teams where you know what I'm saying.
A player might come like, or a player or a coach tandem. They might come. I might like what they're doing for it, but like,
who's your top 3 players in NFL? All
time.
time. It don't got to be now. It could be all time.
All time. Ricky Williams.
Dog.
Richard Sherman.
He was a dog
and
for us.
Adrian Peterson.
AP's a dog.
Adrian Peterson.
I fuck with that. Let's move to the basketball side of things. What's your favorite basketball teams? Let's go top 3 instead of top 5.
It's been the players. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was, a Sonics fan growing up.
Right.
But they was kind of like, it really wasn't. It wasn't a lot to root for. So then I start fucking with AI. Then I start fucking with Bron.
Right.
And I've been fucking with Bron for a minute, but like I'm not one of those like
die hard.
Yeah, like I fuck with Bron, but I fuck with all great players. It's not like, oh, well, it's either Bron or Jordan, or it's either,
right.
I don't really get caught up in the debates. I could be watching like, ooh,
I like what I like.
Yeah,
like,
game, what I mean? Like
hoop game is hoop game.
Unless I got my money on it. Besides that, I respect the game.
You into sports betting, or just here and there?
Yeah, to an extent. Like being locked up, I play tickets. Not so much,
okay.
Since I've been out. I ain't really, make it personal bet. Little friendly wagers. But
no, dope. And you know what, man? That I wanted, because I don't want to highlight it too much because I don't want that to be the perceived image. But you being locked up really means something to speak on your mental side of that thing, man. When you do time and then you come out, it's hard for a lot of people to adapt to the real life. And bro, being a person who's seen it from then till now, bro, you really adapted well, G. And that's rare.
I'm not gonna lie, like I don't
or seen it comes off.
I think it'll like always be a part of my you gotta think I was down from 19 to 28. So like that's kind of like, that's gonna be a part of my story, like no matter what. Like even like I was telling somebody the other day, like, man, like the most money that I'd have made from rap has came from JPay. Like, I like the
That's crazy.
Like this, man, once I put my music on JPay, like my music, my story, whatever it was, it really resonated with people inside. So like that's how I've been killing. Like,
and that's some real game, because I'm sure a lot of these artists don't even know you can put your music on there.
Oh yeah, facts.
And get it heard that way and really feed the streets inside and really feed the people inside and help, maybe their mentality.
You gotta think, like in there, they're just worried about substance. It's just like, what's getting me through this little hardship right here. You know, what can I relate, resonate? It ain't the politics. Like out here, it's a 24-hour news cycle. So you might like an artist, but then it might be something that's on Say Cheese, and you like, oh, I can't listen to him for now, or I can't.
Right.
And there, it's not really, it's like what's this music about? Is this speaking to my soul?
Okay, okay. So being somebody that was on the inside, and I'm sure you have morals that you stick to, how do you feel about this Gunna situation? He supposedly, or not supposedly, we saw what he did. Yeah. It is what it is. But to double back and then get his first #1 record ever after that situation, like, how you feel about that?
I feel like the powers that be do that on purpose. You know, like it's like they take something that we glorify and they make an example out of it. Yeah. It just to show us, like, for instance, Rick Ross. Like Rick Ross, he's one of the hardest MCs from a rapping standpoint. Right. But he's a correctional officer. And it's like, no matter like Plies, like all these rappers, they really don't, it's entertainment, so you gotta really just, even if it's not real, even if he ain't never experienced this, even if it's fake and you like, okay, he don't know nothing, am I getting some gain from this? Is this gonna help me do something? Right. I don't really get too caught in like, oh, did he really do this or did he really, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Right. So like, I never been a Gunna fan, so like it don't really
affect you.
Yeah, touch me where I'm like, it just, but I'm not surprised that he's #1, just like I'm not surprised that a Nickelodeon dude is like at the top of the game.
Right. And you said something real clutch, bro. There's a quote that says they'll give it to the unwilling to kill the drive of the willing. And what that means is what you said in all actuality. They'll give it to the person who's the bubblegum, poppy, real basic guy. The person who's in the studio every day, he's on his cadences, he's on they're not going to give it to that guy a lot of the time. And that's what it means to kill the will of the willing. It's just to give it to the ones who don't deserve it for real. Right. And not saying niggas don't work or don't deserve it, but you can tell when somebody's just being forced on people opposed to that guy is really talented and he should be pushed to the forefront. So I see where you're coming from on that. So real quick, I wanted to really be big on mental health with this show to tie it all in, right? So I have a few tips that was provided by a trauma-informed therapist, an author named Logan Cohen. Identify and express full emotions. What we don't speak, we store, and over time, it will build.
I agree. And especially like in this day and age where everything's so passive and subliminal. And I tell people all the time, like, man, you gotta address it, express it, and get on. Like just partially, talking about something or suggesting something and not really getting to the root of it, it's gonna linger. You know what I mean? That's gonna be an underlying issue for until you address it, you know what I mean, until it's cured. So I definitely agree.
Okay. So before we get into this next segment, man, I have one more secret question for you from one of the guys. Okay. And what he wants to know is how much do you owe on 2K?
Man, listen. It all depends. Because people owe me a lot on 2K, man. But I'm not going to lie, during COVID, I'm going to tell you a story. So look, me and Melinda's son. Right. So mind you, I got a few partners, like we play 2K and like we might be in there. We might just be gambling and playing. We might end. I got people probably owe me like 10,000. Like, just like, man, run it back.
Also run it back.
Like, and we just keep playing. Like, I'm not really about to like
press you for the 10.
Like, man, where my 10 at?
Right.
So we're playing. We're snowed in during COVID. We're playing hella, but the whole time we've been playing. We play like, he'll beat me. He might hit for like 600. He'll be like, okay, just give me like 300, give me like 2, or like, all right, we keep playing. We just in there passing time. Right. So one day we're in there for hella long. We're just playing. It gets to like but I'm so impatient at the time. He'll be up by like 15, run it back, new one. Okay, run up, you got that. Now, so I keep doing that. Right. It gets up to like 4,500 or something. So now he's like, you still want to play? I'm tired. I'm like, man, let's play tomorrow. So we keep playing. You know, we played it the next day. We playing around. But now he's like, you could see the excitement in him. Like he's spending the money already. So I'm like, he's like, come on, bro, I need like 3,000 or so. I'm like what? So I'm like, man, stop playing with me. He's like, no, he's like pressing me like,
I need to pray,
hey,
bro.
look.
I need my funds, bro.
I was like, man, I have to give you a feature or something, man. Yeah.
Oh, my mama. Hey, that's real, though, bro. That happens with the homies, man. It happens with the homies. Well, hey, All Pro, I really do appreciate you sitting down and chopping it up with me. And like I said, bro, you're a true testament to what it takes to have an idea, see it through, and get a result, right? Like I said, a lot of people don't bounce back out of doing time and coming back into the regular world and thriving like you have. So I wanted to let you know that we see you, we appreciate you, and we want to see you win, bro. And when we get back, we're going to have a special performance by All Pro Go.
I remember working magic on nights we didn't have shit. Now everything brand new, busted out the plastic. One thing you can't do is spend it in a casket. It really is too bad, bruh. Abracadabra.
Yo, we back. What's up, world? This is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. I want to appreciate you guys for rocking with us. And as promised, we got an in-studio performance from the one and only All Pro Go.
Wake him up.
Big Slept On. We waking them up. All Pro Go. Let's go.
Money, this is the way, boy.
Let's go. I literally just wrote this in traffic too. Come on, man. Love. I can't stand a bum bitch, steady acting like I fumble. Ran off with a piece of game, ever since she been puzzled. Lanes feeling like they me because of she, it ain't the same. The go nigga, not the slow nigga. You see the name, too much shit to explain, so I just let him assume. Watch the combo quickly change, I poke my head in the room. I'm at the table with the bosses, and the topic's numeric. Overly cautious with these niggas, they be talking like beer. This ain't a trend, got my blend before this shit was a fad. I ain't the type to take pride in how many bitches I had. But I lie if I deny, I'm why these niggas is mad. She called me that shit so much, she really think I'm her dad. I done beat every street like Money May, I'm undefeated. Please get off my dick and let your bitch, she wanna eat it. On I-5, more than 10-5, been one of them guys. 12 days and 12 nights.